The European Union could succumb to yet another internal crisis as the European Council could effectively bypass MEPs to provisionally apply a Brexit deal without formal ratification. The European Union has insisted they want to secure a Brexit trade deal with the United Kingdom, with the European Parliament standing ready to ratify an agreement as soon as one is struck. But should common ground be found too close to the end of the transition period, MEPs could see themselves initially excluded by the European Council. Speaking to Bloomberg, EU law expert Professor Pete Eekhout said, "The pure trade side of a deal, which would be that there are no tariffs or quotas, that can be applied provisionally. That doesn't have to be necessarily approved by the European Parliament, it can be done by the EU Council of Ministers on the EU side, who can decide to provisionally apply the agreement and give more time to the European Parliament to look at the agreement and get it ratified. That's the position on the EU side. The law is complicated and there's a political element as well." The move could leave many MEPs unsatisfied as the Parliament has long maintained their agreement was paramount for the UK to ensure a deal was in place on time. Professor Eekhout also suggested the lack of a trade deal is not expected to free the UK from the negotiation with Brussels. Despite EU countries expressing a desire to maintain a close relationship with Britain, the academic said member states are likely to give the bloc a mandate to negotiate a new commercial arrangement past the transition deal. He continued, "It does seem pretty clear that the EU and the EU member states are really keen on remaining united also in the new year, also in the event of no deal. There might be a legal scope to do mini deals between the UK and individual member states, particularly the ones that are closest. But whether those states will be willing to do so is really rather unclear." He added, "The position seems to be that they will want to continue negotiating through the EU and the European Commission. And member states have also signaled they may yet decide to oppose whatever agreement the bloc and Britain reach should they find the terms unsatisfactory. France last week warned they could use their veto rights if a good agreement cannot be reached." Italian Prime Minister Giuseppe Conte echoed Paris on Tuesday when he confirmed his country could refuse to back an agreement if a deal there is no beneficial deal on competition.